Welcome to New Frontiers Daily Devotional and happy Thanksgiving. We've got Thanksgiving coming up soon, and I love everything about Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. I love the turkey and all the feasting. I love coming down in the morning and on Thanksgiving and smelling the turkey. I love the preparations. I love all the family traditions we have. I love the fact that it's on a Thursday and I usually get a 4-day weekend. Whoever thought of that was just a genius. And one of the things that we always do in our family is that we write a Thanksgiving list. It's just a list of all the things in the past year that we can think of that we're grateful for. And it's got people and things that happened, and it's a great exercise to do. You might want to do that as well. But some years it's harder than other years, and some years I really struggle to be grateful because difficult things have happened. And as we come to Thanksgiving in the midst of pandemic, it's one of those years. And I know for some of you, it's been a really hard year. Maybe you've lost loved ones. You might have lost a job. It's a really difficult time. And for others of us who haven't had those kinds of things, it's still a hard time. And there's a heaviness. There's an oppression. We're isolated like we've never been before. There's a fear. We don't know what's going to happen as we go into this winter. So it's difficult. But it's all the more reason that we should really take stock this year and make Thanksgiving a big deal and really remember the goodness of God. Paul wrote to the Thessalonian church who, in the midst of their hardship and persecution, he said, give thanks in all things. And not that they should thank God for everything, but in the midst of everything, give thanks. And he knew that was important for people that were going through hardships. And Psalm 121 says, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. And what I tend to do during the difficulties is I look down. I look at my problems. I just think about that and get focused on that and just do the spiral down. Psalmist says, look up. Look at the mountains. Look at God. And see what He's done, and remember Him. That's where our help is from. That's what we need to do in the midst of difficult times. So this year, as I come to Thanksgiving, I'm going to think of all the great things that have happened at New Frontiers Church, and I think about the Frontier Angels that we had dozens of people that would buy groceries and help folks, and I'm grateful for Zoom that allowed our virtual community groups to stay connected all through March and April and the height of the lockdown, and just grateful for our outdoor services that we had, which never got rained out because of the drought. And we had visitors, we had people saved, we had baptisms, we had new members join us, and grateful for our new format of our Sunday services where everybody brings their contribution and the Holy Spirit kind of weaves it all together. That would have never happened apart from COVID. I'm grateful for our new Somersworth location that has been off to a great start. So God's done great stuff. And it's challenging this Thanksgiving, but we can still celebrate the goodness of God. And that brings me to talking about the Pilgrims who first arrived here 400 years ago this year. And they arrived in the beginning of winter, just as it got cold, bitterly cold. Food was short, scurvy and disease had set in, and they began to get sick. In December, the first person died. And by the end of that winter, of 102 people who'd started, only 52 remained. 50 people had died. Not a single family was left intact. And that was a bad year. That was a really bad year. But it's amazing. You look at their writings, there's no hint of despair, of bitterness, of second guessing. Oh God, we shouldn't have come. You've abandoned us. There's no division or fighting among them. There's only a steadfast faith in the goodness of God who'd provided for them and blessed them and taken care of them despite the hardships. And we can be like them. we can be like them. God is with us. His goodness and mercy are pursuing us all the days of our lives. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It really has been a good year, and next year will be even better.